Taking part in your first triathlon can be incredibly intimidating, whether you're a fitness addict looking for a new challenge or perhaps a complete novice, maybe looking for a bit of a lifestyle change. I mean, where do you start? What's a tri-suit? How do you do a transition? Should you do indoor training? How do you even train for a triathlon? Well, 3 weeks ago, Alex, one of our cameramen at GTN, decided to start training for his first triathlon, and his own admission has very little to no endurance sporting background. But in just over a month's time, we'll be taking on his first triathlon, a sprint distance triathlon. So I think it's about time we caught up with him before also introducing him to the world of indoor training and Zwift.
All right, this is it. This is week 1, session 1, and we're starting off with a nice 25-minute run. I think it was 3.5k of those 20 minutes, about 7.7 minutes 10 seconds per k, which I've definitely done before. Nice and easy way into it, but I feel like the biggest challenge so far is going to be just making sure that I'm training every single day. There's a few days off, but I'm used to having day of training, day of rest, next run, but not anymore. So just going to quickly end my 5-minute warm-up, just a nice little walk, and then I'll get running. So I'm up to the pace that Mark's asked for. Supposed to feel conversational, but pretty out of breath. It'll be a very strained conversation, I think, but I've got about another 20 minutes of this, so a bit harder than I thought it was going to be, but we'll see if I can make it on through. Well, that is day 1, session 1 down. That was a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be. It was supposed to be conversational paced the whole way through, but would have been a very strained conversation for a lot of it, I think. But I managed to keep the pace up, probably a little bit faster. I think I was 7 minutes 3 seconds rather than 7 minutes 10 seconds. But did the 3.5k in the 25 minutes, which was all good. And now just eat, roll my legs out a little bit with the foam roller, and then get ready for the first bike session tomorrow, which should be quite nice. All right, day 2, session number 2, and we're out on the bike today. Got a nice 45-minute easy cycle, so it should be pretty fun. Let's go. So that is session number 4 done, which was another easy run, similar to the first one, and I'm glad Mark is going easy on me. It definitely makes it much easier, and it's actually just starting to dawn on me what the biggest challenge of this whole thing's going to be, and that's going to be making sure that I'm actually doing some sort of training every single day, pretty much, or with a day off if I get it. It's going to be recovering and just relaxing, so it doesn't really leave me much time for anything else unless I start getting up earlier, which I really don't like. I'm not a morning person really, so I think one of the sessions I might try and do it in the morning, see how I feel. But yeah, that's going to be the biggest challenge for me, I think. I've been on holiday for the Jesse. Wow. God. Oh, right. Week 2 of the training, and I've actually got this week off of work, which is quite nice. So I've come back home to where I grew up and visit my friends and family and kind of do all my training around that, which has been great. Apart from 2 problems. One of them, it's been 30 degrees every day for the last 3 days. So it's been almost too hot. So I've been doing all my runs in the evening, at night, around about 10 o'clock. So it's too dark, which unfortunately means I can't film anything. And another one, which I realized this morning when I went to go on my bike ride, is tires completely flat. And being the smart man I am, I didn't bring anything to fix it with. And there's nothing here to fix it with either. So my bike rides are right off, which is a shame. So I'm toying with the idea of either doing a run today, waiting for the puncture kit to arrive and sorting that out tomorrow, or just because it's such a nice day, just having a day off and going down to the beach and just relaxing there. I'm sure Mark probably won't mind. But that's a quick update on how I'm doing so far. Things are going well. I'm running up to 30 minutes now, which is good. I have my first 5K ever on Sunday, which is in a few days' time from now, and kind of nervous, but my flatmate has agreed to go along with me, so he can carry my water and stuff, I suppose. But yeah, training's going well. This completely flat. The front one's all right, but I think Mark was right when he said my tyres were as flat as anything. I've just got in the water, done my warm up, and we're on to swim number 5. Let's see how it goes. It's my favourite part of the route because it's a nice quiet park surrounded by trees, which means when it's really sunny, it's nice and shady. There's also not that many people here, and it's flat, which makes it even better. Lovely.
Well, Alex, time to catch up. I'm eager to hear how it's been going for the last couple of weeks.
It's actually been going really well. There's a few sessions I've missed because I was on holiday for a week, and there's quite a lot of other things getting in the way around filming as well. But yeah, I'm happy with the training's going. The running's feeling really good. It's feeling way better than it was when I was doing the Couch to 5K programs. I feel like I've improved in that field quite a lot. The bike is definitely feeling stronger. I've gone up around that route a couple more times. Going up that hill at the end is also
Stops at the pub less?
Less stops at the pub, less cake before and after. And I've actually been eating a lot better as well, which I think's definitely made a big improvement. The swimming I still struggle on though.
Okay, talk me through that.
I can do 100 meters fine, but whenever I get up to 200 meters, I always feel really out of breath. And then I know on the training plan it says 200 meters and then 30 seconds rest and then again, but I found that 30 seconds just isn't quite enough. So I always end up resting a little bit more than I should do. And then my concern is because it's 750 meters I need to be able to swim, that it seems so far out of reach that I'm not actually going to be able to get there.
Okay, now just to kind of put you at ease, obviously we're building this up very gradually. And the actual overall volume of some of the sessions is in excess of 750 meters. So you're going to be doing more in total volume in some of those sessions. But probably one of the big bits of advice I can give you is with the breathing. And I think that's why a lot of people can't get past the 100 meter mark.
Okay.
So just making sure when you take that breath, you're almost immediately trickling that breath out until you take the next breath. The problem is if you take that breath and then hold it right up until the next one, you're incredibly tense. That can affect your body position in the water, but also just make you feel almost more out of breath. So just make sure you're trickling that out throughout, and that will hopefully help you. All right.
So
I'm really pleased to hear though that you're still incredibly motivated. That's really good. And even though you missed the odd session, I think that's normal, that's life, but you got back on it and you carried on. So well done on that.
Thank you.
All right, and anything that you're pleased to have achieved throughout this so far? I mean, obviously the big goal is the triathlon at the end of this, but surely as we go through this, you're kind of ticking things off there.
Yeah, so actually, I was really happy the other day, I think it was towards the end of this week, I did my first 5K, which I was really happy with, in 5 minutes?
That'd be incredible.
Really incredibly quick. No, 32 minutes, 50 seconds, which I was quite happy with.
And did that feel comfortable?
Yeah, it felt, not towards the end, it got a little bit harder, I think, as I sped up a little bit towards the end, just because it was the last minute and I still had some energy. I was like, I can
for
go.
a good time.
So it was better than I thought. I was expecting somewhere around 35 minutes because I'm usually running at 7 minutes per K, but I managed to do a lot.
How are you finding like your running progression? Like, are you finding it easier running? Are you getting any tightness, soreness? Are you feeling stronger?
I do definitely feel stronger. I get, whilst I'm running in my calf or knee, it kind of alternates between the two.
Okay.
But that subsides after like 10 minutes when I first start running. So I think I'm probably not doing a good enough warm up. I just kind of do a 5-minute walk. But every time I finish running, I'll always go do some stretching or something to help with that anyway, just because that's what I'm used to doing after with gymnastics and parkour.
Great. So. And I imagine you're learning a lot about yourself and what you need to do pre, post, stretching, what gets tight, what doesn't.
Yeah,
that's really interesting, right?
Which is cool, I did have a few knee problems anyway whilst I was training, and they I think that's why it hurts when I start running. It's just that impact.
Okay.
But again, it goes relatively quickly, and I already know what stretches to do afterwards to help with that anyway.
Yeah.
So, no, it's happy with the progress.
Well, I'm
Really
so pleased to hear all this. And you're doing so well, progressing through the plan. But now I want to introduce you to indoor training. I know we've got beautiful weather at the moment, but the benefits of indoor training are further than just the weather and trying to avoid. It's actually just the efficiency, time efficiency, getting some really good quality key sessions in. I'm going to introduce you also to the world of Zwift, which I think you'll enjoy with your gaming background.
so, yeah.
Yeah. Should we head off and go and get you some kit?
Yep, let's do it.
Up. Well, Alex, it's like Christmas. Look at this.
Yeah,
We've got
it's great.
turbo trainer, fan, amongst some other bits. So I brought these over from my own home, but I thought I'd loan them to you for the next month or so in the lead up to the race. First of all, I've brought a bottle cage for you. Now, I did notice in our previous video, obviously you were cycling around and didn't have any water.
Yeah, so we had to stop. That was the only reason we had to stop,
Nah.
was for me to get a drink.
So yeah, we're going to make sure we get that on your bike, as well as a bolt, a Wahoo bolt. So you're popping that on so you can track distance, but also you've got mapping on there so you can start seeing where you're going a little bit. But I think that's going to be really useful. And then obviously the big ones, we've got turbo trainer. This is a smart trainer, it's the Wahoo Kicker, and we've got the fan. As well as that, brought your heart rate monitor so you can get really geeky with the data now.
Great.
But the cool thing with this, obviously we can monitor effort levels, but also this links up with your Wahoo Bolt, but also the fan. So when you're on the turbo trainer, it can start kicking in, increasing the intensity depending on how hard you're working. It's quite smart, isn't it?
Yeah.
I thought, being kind of the tech whiz you are, you probably enjoy things like this.
Definitely.
So, yeah.
Fun to play with, yeah.
Cool thing is, obviously I've been setting all your training through Training Peaks, and a lot of that will sync up with the Wahoo Bolt, but also onto Zwift. So we're going to get Zwift set up for you today, explore this whole virtual world of Zwift. But first of all, should we get all this set up? And
Yeah.
Yeah? All right.
That's it. Where do we start?
Let's get it started. All right, Alex. Firstly, how do you feel about us taking over your living room?
I'm actually I think I'll enjoy this, so I'll let it slide. My flatmate's just probably going to have to accept the fact I'm a triathlete now, and this is part of it.
You get him involved. You can jump on here as well.
He can get me some of those good bikes, actually.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, you can.
I can have a coffee, tag team him.
Yeah, nice. Now look, I've done a few things to your bike. So firstly, I've had to actually use your cassette from your wheel because it is a 9-speed and we had 11-speed on there before. So I'm actually going to order you a new cassette, so you've got that on your wheel. So then when you do want to take this bike outside, you don't have
Make
to take
it much
a cassette.
easier. Yeah.
Exactly. I've also taken the liberty of removing your mud guard. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't have mud guards, but this is a very selfish mud guard. It's all about you and saving your backside.
Yeah.
And hey, look, it doesn't look that good, does it, on the back?
It was the most aero thing on the bike, though, I think.
Well, yeah, probably, yeah. But otherwise, we're all set up. I've got the Wahoo on there. Obviously, you're not going to need that necessarily so much indoors, but you can do things like control the power, fan, etc. through the Wahoo. But mostly, we're going to be getting stuck into Zwift. So I want you to jump on, and we're going to get you set up and create a character and everything.
Yeah.
It's great fun.
Cool, right. All right, so let's see what hair they can get. I'm not sure whether to make it look like myself or make him look utterly ridiculous.
I think utterly ridiculous.
Utterly ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's go for the old Tim Don afro. I think. Has he got black hair?
Well, it doesn't have much of an afro
Doesn't have much anymore. But
yeah.
I do like a big ginger beard. That's quite...
That is definitely not aero,
It's
but...
definitely not, no. And it doesn't look anything like me. Cool, let's stick with that. And back in the garage, let's see what bike I've got. These three. which I've already customized this one with a nice pinky trim on it.
So the benefit of that is you can draft off other people.
Okay. And the mountain, I know this is for something with Zwift's off-road, where you can turn the handles and it turns that. So I probably don't want that. That's what we're doing.
And that's just going fast
just
on
going
their own.
fast. I don't want to show a helmet because that will hide my luscious afro. So I'll keep that off. And I might just go for the black kit. It just looks a little bit sleeker, I think. But obviously that's going to get changed to the GTN kit as soon as possible. Can I give myself... Right, triathletes don't wear socks, so that has to come off. Glasses, don't have any. I've got a lot to go and unlock, don't I? 0 kilometers on Zwift. Let's see what this is actually all about, because I've seen you guys riding it quite a lot, and I actually do get a little bit jealous and see how fun it actually is. About to overtake my first person, who's a runner, which I don't think counts. And I'm actually surprised how out of breath I am already. It's been about 3 minutes. I'm going a lot faster than I probably would on the bike usually, but it's nice to have the setup because I finally can stop using the rain as an excuse to go out on my bike, which is going to make the training a lot easier. And I can finally give brick sessions a go. Now I can just hop off and go for a run when I'm ready. Oh, I've been taking someone. Ah, that's good. For a little bit. That does actually feel like a proper, well, it is a proper workout.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. There's something very satisfying about slowly catching up with people.
And gaining loads of points.
And gaining loads of points.
Unlocking kits.
Leveling up.
Nice one. Well, I've got to say, I'm really impressed by how you're taking on this training and how well you're doing it.
Oh, thank you.
And how motivated you still are. Don't forget, you guys out there can also follow along and do the same training Alex is doing. The plan is right down below in the link, just in the description. So download that, follow along with Alex. But mate, super chuffed for you. Now, it's a lot of tech today. We have got one other thing that we need to introduce you to, and that is with running. Or just running on a treadmill and doing workouts on the treadmill.
Yeah,
we're really fortunate we've got a treadmill at the office, so we will be jumping on that, but we'll save that for another video, probably in one of the shows between now and the next video. But yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. So please do give it a thumbs up, give it a like, and make sure you subscribe so you can follow along with Alex's journey.